I call the building meeting to order at 7:29. Agenda item 2.1, a presentation of Golden Opportunity Cameron County venue.
Good afternoon, Mr. President, board members, Dr. Carmen, staff. Glad to be here with you this afternoon. I do believe that there's a PowerPoint presentation that could be loaded up back there somewhere. Okay. And I will start, first of all, thanking you for allowing us to make this quick presentation to you. The opportunity that we're talking about is building a future for Cameron County and allowing for visitors to be responsible for paying for that venue. We're looking at a venue which will be located, and that's a rendition of what the venue looks like with a hotel next to it. The hotel, of course, is not part of the venue. The venue itself is the arena that sits about 10,000 people. We've done a feasibility study for the support of the arena, and I might add, Mr. Pete Sepulveda, our county administrator, is with me tonight. I'm sorry, Pete. But, sir? Okay.
I want to make sure I heard that right. 10,000?
10,000. 10,000. An arena, kind of like Bird Ogden Arena type, that, okay? So we did a feasibility study, the county did, and found that it's a viable project for our area and our county. The venue used is multi-purpose. It can be used for entertainment purposes, it can be used for concerts, it can be used as a sports arena, a community event arena, a COVID vaccination arena, a graduation ceremony arena, and anything else that anyone would want to use it for. It will be owned by Cameron County and operated by Cameron County. The area that is impacted with an event center of this nature is an area which includes all of Cameron County, all of the Rio Grande Valley, and the northern part of Mexico. It's about 4 million people in the area, in that oval, you know. The funding for this arena is a visitor's tax. And the timing for this is going to be on the ballot on November the 2nd. And I want to talk to you a little bit about the benefits of the venue project. One of the biggest benefits is there is no cost to local taxpayers. 0 local taxpayers' dollars are used in this arena. It is funded totally by a visitor tax. There will be no increase to that visitor tax as it exists today. The tax that is being charged today for any visitor that either stays in a hotel or motel or rents a car in Cameron County is the same today as it would be if this item passes. We're not asking public to support this venue and raising taxes. We're only asking, we already have that venue tax in place and we are already collecting it, and it has shown that it creates jobs and provides more opportunities for our locals to be able to use these type of facilities. We intend to make sure that it increases visitors to our area, more tourism to our area, and also at the same time, an increased economic impact for the whole Cameron County area.
Mr. Garza, if I may interject at this time. So this visitor tax that we're receiving, that people are paying for hotels, motels, car rentals, that money that's being collected as we speak now, where is that money going?
That money is going to a fund, and I'm getting there.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, good question. It leads me. So at the end of the day, enhanced quality of life. What is a visitor tax? You just asked, okay? Who pays the tax? Anyone that visits Cameron County, anyone that visits today and rents a hotel or motel room pays a visitor tax already. Whoever rents a car in Cameron County pays the rental car fee tax. That is also already being assessed. There is a limit to what that tax can be, and it's already at that limit. It can't be raised higher. We cannot raise taxes. We cannot raise property taxes. There is no way implications to property taxes with this arena. The arena will be located on the intersection of Highway 100 and the Interstate 2, which is the, I guess it's south east corner. There's a fruit stand if you're going to the island when you get off that's kind of been closed now for quite a while. There's 1,330 acres in that area. This arena will utilize about 23 acres. The rest of the acreage is privately owned. We are just doing this for the arena. The arena is not something new to us. We already have 2 projects in Cameron County that are being paid for by this venue tax. And that is the Isla Blanca Event Center and Amphitheater, and I hope many of you have been there for concerts and events. It's a beautiful setting for events. They just haven't had the people there that I want to hear, you know. I think I'm getting older. But they have great events there. And the other one is the South Texas Ecotourism Center, which is going into Laguna Vista. Both of those projects are currently being paid for by the venue tax, which is, you know, we all leave town and go visit other places and go into great museums and go into great visitor centers. And it doesn't matter if you're in Napa Valley or you're in Denali Park or you're in somewhere in Colorado. And, you know, that idea came about, the Ecotourism Center came about from those visits that I've made to some places. And it was approved, just like we're asking for this to be approved, to be paid for by the venue tax that is already there. You know, we're just going to add another project to the tax. We cannot add projects to the venue tax debt without voter approval. Every project, those 2 projects that I mentioned to you were taken to the voters and they approved them and we built them. We've shown that we can be responsible for doing so. The STEC project is a project that I visited extensively with, I know Dr. Carmen and some of your staff, because there is a component, an educational component with that particular project from the 2nd grade through the 8th grade that is already modules of learning where today if you send a group of kids to the island to clean up the beach, for example, they go clean up the beach. Well, we're going to have a stopover there that allows for kids to stop there for about an hour, teachers to download prepackaged planned lesson plans that apply to all the standards that TA requires for learning either science, technology, engineering, or math or environment, and download them to their phone, upload them to the kids' smartphones or iPads, and give them a scavenger hunt, and they can run around all this 10-acre nature park with 48,000 native plants and learn and think they're having fun, which is great, you know, as far as I'm concerned, you know. So I go there very often, and every time I go, I see something different. But again, the venue tax that we're asking for is not anything new. It's already there. We're not paying it. Our visitors are paying it. All we're asking for you to do is to support us and consider supporting us in adding a project to the venue tax fund that we already have in the county. And I stand here ready to answer any questions that you might have that I can. I'm not here to propose. I'm not saying go vote for it. I'm saying this is the information on this venue tax center and what we can do. I cannot tell you what, you know, like I can tell you me, private, David Garza, I'm going to vote for it. Me, Cameron County Commissioner, I cannot tell you to vote for it, okay? Because I just see a potential there that would be great. And, you know, you build an event center or a place like this, and you'll see growth in that area. I know I visited with some of the folks that had come up earlier and had some comments on it, and I said, there's no new tax. It's not in Los Fresnos. Actually, it's closer to the city of Brownsville because Brownsville's annexed all the way here to San Benito, you know. So we don't care where it is. It's in the middle of the county. It's in the middle of Cameron County. You know, some of the island folks have expressed concerns because it's not on the island. Well, can you imagine trying to get 10,000 people to the island at one night for one event? We're looking for how we can have traffic flow, how we can have not much congestion, and how we can be able to create a facility there that would be very beneficial for San Benito, for Harlingen, for Brownsville, for Los Fresnos, for every community in our county, you know. But I'll be more than happy to answer any questions, that anyone might have.
Mr. Garza, what is the projected cost of such a facility?
About 100 million.
Wow.
Okay, and the two projects that we've done up to now, the Ecotourism Center is about a little over 12 million, and the Isla Blanca Amphitheater Event Center was, how much was that? 20, right? About 20 million. So, we've done those projects already, and we're paying them, and we have money in the bank, and even in spite of COVID and concerts being canceled, events being canceled, we've managed to do very well. One of the things that we've done, the county did purposely, we awarded the bid and the contract as soon as COVID started. And we wanted to show the community on the STEC Center, on the Ecotourism Center, that life can go on as long as we practice good practices in taking care of ourselves. That center has been under construction. We've had no reported cases of any issues on the center because they were taking precautionary measures, just as you are, and I applaud you for that. And, it's not totally on schedule because some of the deliveries of some of the products that we needed for it are a little delayed because of COVID. It's kind of like finding a car in a car lot today, it's not there. Finding some electrical equipment and finding some things of that nature are a little delayed. But regardless of the outcome of this venue election, I extended an invitation to Dr. Carmen to invite not only the members of the board, but the staff and the principals, and host a day out there so that they can see the opportunities that exist right around the corner from us that would enhance learning opportunities for our children.
I think it's a great facility. It's a beautiful facility. If the plans are pretty much what we're expecting to see. I guess the only other, not a concern, but a question is, how did the logistics of the site come to play? And I guess my concern, as just in general, a general concern would be the proximity to the coast. It's just right there, right? So how did we come, or how did y'all go about in picking that area?
For this venue?
For this venue.
It was very easy.
Okay.
Some years back, we had a group of folks that had come to us to create what is called a tax increment reinvestment zone.
Okay.
Because they wanted to develop a property there. There's a group of folks that own 1,330 acres in that corner, and they wanted to develop. We are very pro-development at the county. Anything we can do to help, we wanted to do. We approved that tax increment reinvestment zone, and what that does is you take open agriculture land, which is what it is, and you develop this property, and we know that to develop property is very expensive. So we take a portion of the ad valorem taxes that normally would come to the county and apportion it to the tax increment reinvestment zone to help offset infrastructure costs. And in those discussions, the feasibility of an arena came about. Visits were made. AT&T Stadium is no different than this arena. That's how those venues are funded. The Cowboy Stadium, you look at any stadium, it's the same concept of funding the mechanisms that they use to build those venues. And we know how many people are attracted to every basketball game, to every baseball. Folks go, they spend money. They help local businesses. They stay heads on beds, that's the whole idea. The more heads in beds we have, the more venue tax we get. But it was chosen because in doing that TERS, we were offered an opportunity to utilize 23 acres of that property as an in-kind investment for us to do that. We are applying Build Back Better, there's a lot of dollars out there, COVID-related dollars. We're applying for travel and leisure dollars that are out there. We're applying for infrastructure dollars through the EDA that are out there. And, it's not going to be $100 million only paid for by the venue tax. It's going to be supplanted. We feel that we can carry about 30 more million in debt with the venue tax, and then the other 70 will be supplanted by other methods, in grants and things of that sort.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Any
Sounds
other
great.
questions?
I think it's beautiful also, and it's nice that we would get something down here in Cameron County, because the closest one is in Hidalgo County.
Yep.
How many years will this, in how many years will this be paid off by that venue tax?
Probably about 30.
30 years on top of what's pending from the other two
Yes, ma'am. Totally.
projects?
And hopefully we have other opportunities in the future to do other projects, I mean, if I had my way, I'd do a livestock show grounds and but, it didn't rise to the occasion now,
And the money that is going to be made once it's operating, where is that money going?
The money on an event center, if you look at any event center across the state of Texas today, the majority operate, as far as operationally of the event center, in a deficit. You'd be very, very blessed if it were break even. The offshoot to these venues is not so much what you make with the venue. It's what you bring to your community with all of the ancillary opportunities that come about as a result of that. So you're looking at hotels being built, you're looking at commercial buildings being built, you're looking at, residential areas being built around there, you're looking at, supermarkets and medical offices and all kinds of things of that sort, So it is not a moneymaker by any means, okay? These things don't make money. But if visitors can support us in providing these opportunities for our locals, how many of us would like our kids and grandkids to be able to go see Disney on Ice? How many of, we all want to experience that with our families. We got to go usually out of the area. Now we can go to Bird Ogden, which is still a little ways away. But why can't we do it in our own backyard? Why do we have to go somewhere else? We don't want to be anybody's stepchild.
It's a win-win situation for all of us.
Yeah.
I was just asking to see if money was gonna come back to us.
The idea of the utilization to schools and to university, I know there was a comment made in regards to charging per parent and charging. No, that's not the case in point. As an example, the STEC Center, the Ecotourism Center, open and free to the public, open and free to the teachers, open and free to the visitors. We get as locals the benefit of providing it there under the auspices of visitors paying for it. I hate to say that, but there's 20,000 cars a day that drive on Highway 100 that go to the island. And how much time can you spend on the island and not get tired of the sand?
And I tend to get behind all of them, so.
Yeah, we're always behind all of them, and the line gets longer and longer, So, but any other questions? I'd be more than happy to answer any.
I appreciate you clarifying that on, as far as the charges that there would be to parents, and
No.
thank you very much
Yeah,
for clarifying.
No,
that. Thank you.
there's, that's not the case. Now, if you go see Kiss, or if you go see, Pepe whatever, or who, there's gonna, but to go to a graduation, absolutely not. We are community partners. We are not here to take, we are here to share.
Thank you, sir.
Okay? Thank you. And we still have 1,500 Visa debit cards of $50 each for any kid between the ages of 12 to 18 to get their vaccines anywhere in the county, wherever they get their vaccines. All they have to do is take their little card saying they got a vaccine to the health department here in San Benito, and they get a $50 gift card. So,
And you said from 12 to 58?
no, 12. Mr. Moreno, that's in Edinburgh, okay? No, the county took, a certain amount of money that we allocated to try to encourage our children and our parents to vaccinate their kids. It is extremely important that they do so. I will stand in front of you, and I'm sure that Ariel will say the same thing. We get vaccinated, don't die. Because
sir.
the majority of the folks we're losing are unvaccinated. And for those that might be behind me that don't believe in vaccines, that's okay. I respect that. Just don't take my hospital bed when I need it.
There you go. Good point. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
If you're vaccinated, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Garza.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, moving on, agenda item 2.2, review and discussion regarding the school district resolution in support of a golden opportunity Cameron County venue. No, this is the review of the resolution.
Yes, ma'am. So this is simply a resolution, should the school board want to get behind this proposal, show that they are in support of it. It simply lists the reasons we might want to do so. So if that's for consideration, it needs to be an agenda item, please.
Okay, everybody, agenda item? No problem. Thank you. Have a good evening. Okay, moving on. Agenda item 2.3, review and discussion regarding the proposal for DB tennis courts, RFQ RFP 0921 DB.
I think Mr. Cavazos has some information to share on that.
Good evening, members of the board, Dr. Carmen. As you all know, the last board meeting, the board approved Hellas Construction to move on to the RFP process. So we went ahead and received their proposal. I think you have it in front of you. So the administration is requesting the approval of their proposal for $452,690 for the building of the tennis courts at Riverside Middle School.
Okay. How many tennis courts?
I think there were 4.
Is that what the other campuses have?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Middle Jordan and BC both have.
Do you have the number of the first proposal that came in? How much was
Yes,
it?
I do. Actually, this proposal that we got now was $3,740 more than the first one we received, which to me is not bad at all, considering the price of steel. Price of steel is still going up. So an increase of $3,740, it ain't much at all.
Okay, any more discussion? Agenda item?
Thank you.
Agenda item 2.4, review and discussion of proposals for flooring district-wide.
Trying to figure out why Mr. Cavazos is walking away from the microphone there. Or maybe it's Mr. Pettis. Is it Mr. Pettis? All right.
He's just trying to get his steps in.
Good evening again, Dr. Carmen, members of the board. The administration went ahead and solicited an RFP for flooring for district-wide, replacing all the flooring for the carpet in the libraries and some other areas. I believe we evaluated the proposals, and at the moment, we are recommending Arispe flooring for $317,808.22.
Okay, so Arispe Flooring is the one that has done most of the flooring already, correct?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
And the reason we selected them is because his availability of materials, he has it on hand, he has everything. I mean, he could probably get the job done in less than 30 days.
Sounds good.
His
Discussion?
was also the lowest bid for the product we asked for.
Right.
We had one that was slightly less, but it was not the same flooring
Wasn't the
that
same
we asked for.
And who was on the committee for this? Committee members for the?
It was me, myself, Dr. Carmen, Mrs. Perez, and Mr. Perez.
Have we had any issues with the flooring that Arispe's put in so far? No, ma'am, we have not. Okay, great.
Thank you.
Any more questions? Okay, moving on. Any committee concerns? Okay, I adjourn the building committee meeting at 7:53.